Hello, Fabulous Libra. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2016, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What a powerful month it is for all of us, but for you, really, it is a very powerful kickstart to an amazing 13 months ahead. A lot of that is really because of Jupiter entering your sign. Now, I did create a Jupiter Special Horoscope that is up this month in the month of September, so do keep an eye out for that. And really, that is going to switch things up for you in a very powerful way, and particularly because the Sun and Jupiter will meet in your sign. Like just as Jupiter enters your sign early on, you have this amazing meeting, and then you have both of these planets meeting a new moon as we get to the very first day of the next month. Okay, so you're building towards that energy as we end off the month. All of this suggests, and all of this is a very powerful symbol for how things are set to change for you and how you are just ready to launch in new and fabulous directions. So you're going to be feeling that before the month is out. But that leaves a whole month for you, right? That leaves the first 3 weeks that are going to be significant as well for different reasons. As much as you are gearing to begin again, as much as great things are set to take place for you, there is also the energetic ground that is set to take place. And you will be feeling that really as the month begins. Because as the month begins, we've got Venus in your sign. And this is bringing a sense of possibility, a sense of your faith and knowing you can attract what you want into your life. Now, I'll say a lot more about that for the love-focused horoscope, okay? But just say that when Venus enters your sign, you are feeling beautiful and you're able to tap into wherever it is you need to magnify that sense of self-worth that is going to be blessing your life. But then we've got these eclipses, and this makes it an important month. One eclipse at the very top of the month, another in the middle of the month. So the eclipse happening at the very beginning of the month does say that there's a lot stirring underneath and a lot stirring within your soul. This particular eclipse is happening in a very quiet part of your sky, in the sign just before your sign. And what that suggests is that the dream space is really where a lot of new beginnings are set to take place for you. That is really where it's going to start to feel like that sense of what's next, that sense of possible possibilities is going to show up for you. What your life could be if you allowed it to, right? What adventure you could open yourself up to. That is what starts to stir within your spirit, within your soul, and shows up for you in your dreams. Now, this particular eclipse is speaking with Saturn, is speaking with Neptune. And as I look at this, I do just want to say, I want you to be a little mindful with this energy, because it can suggest that sometimes you may get in your own way, right? You may say that you want something and be very intent on it, and then you do something that sort of pushes that thing away, further away from you. Ultimately, we are wise, right? Everything we do is wise. And so it is about gapping that space between doing something that makes you go, why did I do that? And then knowing the answer and seeing the wisdom. So finding that bridge between those two spaces may be something that shows up for a small percentage of Libras out there. But for all of that, really do pay attention. You're going to need more rest, that's for sure. And those dreams will be very lucid. There'll be a whole lot going on there. That can be very revealing as well as to which way it is that your spirit desires to go. As we move towards the middle of the month, we have a lunar eclipse taking place in a part of the sky that has to do with your workplace. And when you have a lunar eclipse like this taking place, speaking with Mars as well, I gotta say it's possible that a coworker or someone who's just an immediate supervisor but kind of feels like a coworker, somebody could, really become very passionate very quickly. So what I mean by that is, it's kind of how it sounds. Somebody could have a little bit of an outburst, or could very abruptly, like in frustration, actually leave the workplace. So this can happen when we have an eclipse like this. A female, most likely female worker might leave your workplace, and there might be some very heightened emotions right around that time. With this particular energy though, I would also say you do want to be sure that you are like paying attention within your workspace and how you feel as you navigate it. And if you feel like there's some dynamics playing out that are not very fair, not very good, again, only a small percentage of you out there may feel some of this, but if that tends to play out, then of course it is always up to you to decide what you're going to do with it, how you're going to move forward with that energy. Now, the other thing is, if you are self-employed, this is going to represent a time that is very busy. It can also represent a time when you have clients who are particularly passionate, particularly determined. They may have very specific deadlines. They may have very inflated expectations. They might be very demanding. And so again, it's up to you to decide how you want to deal with that and how you want to move forward with that. And with this energy though, like the great opportunity here in the middle of the month is for you to decide how to best use your days and to figure out what it is that you want to put your very valuable energy and your heart and your soul and your drive, what it is that you want to put momentum behind so that you're doing it day in and day out. What is that answer for you? What is that thing you desire to do? Well, that answer may surprise you, may come up in very surprising circumstances, but ultimately that answer does empower you to figure out how you want to use your days to your advantage and to your maximum happiness as well. As I look at this in the middle of the month as well, there might be some attention need to be paid towards your health and your health practices. That is something that you are going to want to watch as well. And the great thing is that if anything should arise that says, pay attention, take better care of yourself, the great thing is that very soon after you have Jupiter moving into your sign, which gives people just really a whole new lease, a whole new burst of energy, and a whole new understanding of self as well. And what you actually need to feel the best that you can, inside and out, is part of the solutions that start to manifest for you before the month is out. What I love about this month for you is that attention to spirit. It is that attention to day. It is that attention to what it is that is happening within you and how that is showing up in your life. The ground is being prepared for some really big breakthroughs coming up. Really, they're just around the corner. In fact, you'll start feeling those breakthroughs before the month is over. And those breakthroughs are going to take you on a wonderful journey towards realizing so many new possibilities and finding the joy in all of it.